So this week I've decided to do a video explaining how Cycling Weekly makes money, because I feel that this is increasingly confusing to audiences, and unless you work in the publishing industry, it's not obvious. So I also see in the comments section people being unsure about what's paid for and what isn't paid for, because sometimes you'll see content that's labelled as sponsored by or in partnership with, and then people will naturally watch that and they'll go, well, okay, that was paid for, but if that was paid for, was that one paid for, or was that one paid for? And you know, it's a legitimate question to ask, really. So hopefully I'm going to explain in this video the different ways in which we generate revenue and clear all that up. So first and foremost, it's important to remember that we are a business, and I do feel very fortunate to do the job that I do because I'm very passionate about it, but we do need to make money. Now, Cycling Weekly is owned by a large publishing organisation called Time Inc., which also owns loads and loads of other big brands and magazines, many of which I'm sure you will have heard of. So brands like NME, Marie Claire, TV Times, Chat, MBR magazine, Time magazine, and many others. So I'm going to outline the ways in which we make money. Now, the first way we make money is through sales of the magazine Cycling Weekly, which sells around 25,000 copies a week. And within Cycling Weekly, there are also print adverts as well, and a large part of our revenue comes from them. However, there is a problem, and that is that print sales are in decline. Now, this is not just a problem for Cycling Weekly, this is a problem worldwide. Whether you're the New York Times, the Guardian, Cycling Weekly, or Cranes Today, the independent magazine of the crane industry, the decline of print is a global trend. So the decline of print presents sort of two problems. Firstly, when you sell a magazine, people pay for it. The magazine is not free, or the newspaper is not free. And as soon as you put news and content online, people are often reluctant to pay for it, so you lose that revenue stream. The next thing is in the form of advertising. Now, print adverts traditionally cost more to place than an online advert, which also means that you either need to have a lot more online adverts, or you know, you need to generate far more traffic for your website in order to make them profitable. So the big challenge for our industry now, the media industry, is how to monetize the internet. And we do this at the moment in a number of different ways. So you will see banner adverts on our website advertising various sort of products, but these don't offer a huge amount of revenue. And you'll also see adverts in videos. You may have well watched an advert at the start of this video, and there may well be one in it as well. Now, people often complain about adverts in videos, but you've got to ask yourself, you know, would I rather watch 10-15 seconds of an advert or pay to watch the video? Now, this brings me on to the next way in which we make money, which is through sponsored content or product placement. Now, this involves us either featuring a product or making a video or writing an article specifically about it, having been paid by the people who make that product. Now, this is not unique to us, this is increasingly being done by other media outlets as well, but it does create some confusion, and it's quite understandable. But we're trying to be clear, and we're trying to be as clear as possible to you, the audience, as to when something has been paid for. Another way in which we make money is through affiliate links. Now, these are monetized links for products. Now, you will see these on our website and elsewhere, and if you click on that link and then go through to the shopping site and buy that particular product, we get a tiny commission. Now, this commission doesn't get added on to the price you pay. It doesn't mean you pay any more for the product. It's just a small way in which we can make a bit of additional revenue. Now, one thing I need to point out is that, you know, we would never accept money to do a bike review for a company, because then that bike review would not be impartial. And it's important for us that we still produce impartial content. Now, we would accept money from a bike company to use their bike in a video if we were going to say ride up Alpe d'Huez, because then we're simply featuring their bike, hopefully making it look cool in a cool environment, and you know the subject of the video is about the mountain and riding up the mountain or doing this cool thing, and so that therefore you know works. Similarly, we might accept money from you know a tourist board of that mountain to go there and make a video about a bike and review the bike in that context. So you know it can work, you can make it work in different ways and still make it as a way of making money. But it can be sort of quite frustrating for us making content when you know people will watch a video and say they'll watch a review of a bike and it's a positive review, and they'll comment saying things like, oh god, how much did Specialized pay for this then? And it's like, well, it's a positive review, and the reason why it's a positive review is because it's obviously a good product. That doesn't necessarily mean it's been paid for. And I do think there's been some confusion around our Editor's Choice content, so I'm going to try and clear that up, right? So Editor's Choice is designed to showcase what we regard to be all the best products in that class. So that could be anything. I mean, you know, Oakley sunglasses, for example, we really rate, and things like Continental GP 4000 tyres, and also standout bikes, the bikes that we consider to be really good. Now, all these products have been reviewed and got very good positive reviews, and then what we did was, in order to try and make some money, we approached the companies and we told them, you know, your bike is in Editor's Choice, right? It's in Editor's Choice regardless. It's going to be in the magazine, you know, it's going to be an online article. But if you want to show off to your, you know, to your audience that you've won Editor's Choice and you've been in Editor's Choice, then if you pay us some money, we'll make you a video so that you can have greater impact with having been featured in Editor's Choice. Now, some companies decided that this was, you know, good and they wanted to be part of that, so we've made videos for those companies to show off their product in a positive light and show that we really rate it. But that hasn't affected what we've said about the product, because these products were already in Editor's Choice. The words were already written, you know, we'd already reviewed the product. It didn't change anything, it just meant that we were able to sort of give them greater impact and reach. So, you know, hopefully that sort of clears it up a bit if you were unsure, and you can hopefully understand our motives as to why we did it, and you know, and how we're sort of trying to, you know, make more money, because our industry is very competitive. So hopefully you found that useful and informative, and you sort of understand sort of how everything works a bit better now. But on to the bit you've all been waiting for, competition time. So, last week's competition to win the BMC kit, it's very, very tempted to give the prize to Mr. Cycle Guy, who commented first, because he was either really, really lucky, or he subscribes to the Cycling Weekly channel and got a notification through that the video had just been published. So, I'm not going to give it to him on this occasion, but one of these days I am going to give the prize to the person that comments first. And I'm not going to tell you when I'm going to do that, but I am going to do it one day. So subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Now, I'm going to give the prize to Graham Wesson, who writes, I've given up Strava and I've decided to be a secret squirrel. Training secretly and pretending when I spoke with people that I wasn't actually doing much. I secretly wanted to get better to beat them in our club races. But I'll ride and I'll keep it a secret. I found that quite funny, because and quite a lot of people liked it as well. It's got a lot of likes, but my mate Joe does that. So I can totally relate to it. He's a secret squirrel as well, and he'll turn up and smash me, and I think he's been doing no training. But yeah, well done. Just let us know, contact us with the email address in the description below, and we'll send you your prize. So cheers, cheers Graham. So this week's prize is this, which is some Rudy Project sunglasses, which is really cool. So, to be in with a chance to win these Rudy Project Photonic shades with carbonium frames, they're really light, and as worn by the Trek Segafredo team no less, then simply subscribe to Cycling Weekly channel if you haven't already, and comment below. I want to know if there's any particular video that you'd like to see us make. This is your chance to sort of give us some ideas of the content that you want to see made. So if there's something that you'd really like us to do, then tell us, and we'll see what we can do. So Cheers. But until next time, I'll see you next week.